Hello everyone, Mighty Benaiah back with more of the Nubian campaign. I think that this was something that happened last time, but we did take Gondar. And then in the north, we've done a lot of work in Egypt. And by a lot of work, I mean, Egypt hasn't done anything. He kind of moved his troops after declaring war on me and then just never joined the game again. So we kind of got lucky on this one. There is this stack that I have been bombing to smithereens with my 7 bombers. There are still a reasonable amount of forces here. We've gotten 7 militia and the artillery, so we should be able to continue to bombard them. I do have an additional 2 hunters that I've built, but this is where, this is the one that I really want to take. This is their double power. So I came over here, I snuck troops down here at the bottom and just took it and then retreated, and then I have those troops back up here. We do have 1 battleship that is up here, and then I've got 1 that will be produced shortly. So we should be taking Alarish pretty soon. We are also taking Nikel very, very soon. And then once that is done, we'll come over here and finish off Alexandria. Then, what do you do once that is done? Well, mostly I'm going to be doing a lot of building. So one of the things that we've done recently, you can see that my power and beakers are low. I am building more factories. So I don't have a level 4 queued up in my capital, but I do have it queued up in Kassala. So as we continue to grow, we're going to invest more in industry. But there's something else interesting that has happened. So I told you that there was an alliance down here that wanted me to join. Well, one of the things that has happened recently is the guy right below me that I have been working with, the East African Syndicate, he did something that I knew he was probably going to do based off of the way he was playing. He launched all of his forces against an enemy, Gamba, and a bunch of different forces, but Gamba was the one that really, really settled things. I think that is... yeah, that's the same one. So then... oh, he moved his capital because his capital got taken. That's what it is. Then Gamba attacked back and pushed all the way to me. Pushed all the way along, and it looks like, yep, he's about to take this one here. So he's taken into his homeland and a lot of Ethiopia that I couldn't take with just single troops. So I have some infantry available, but they're not super healthy. Come on, there we go. So I'd really like some fresh infantry. This is where the spiders are really, really helpful because they're fast. They could take all of this pretty fast. But what we might do is be a little bit of an opportunist and just go down here and grab all of these locations that we couldn't get earlier. They're all in a line because that's how they were captured. There's not really very many cities. Here's one city, Juba, and I would love to take Juba. I would really love it if he would take this province, because when I take this province back, this is one that I actually lost to Ethiopia, and then the syndicate took it from Ethiopia, and I haven't been able to get it back. So I really would like this province, but if I don't get this province, it's not the end of the world. But this is one of the things that you can do is when somebody has overstretched and they have been knocked back, you can kind of jump in and help them. But in your help, you're actually getting rewarded by just taking their territory. And I don't mean that in a mean sense. Like, I'm helping him deal with these forces, and I'm just getting rewarded by expanding my empire just a little bit. So that's one of the things that you can do. That's probably something that I'm going to look at doing once I have finished up here, knocking these forces out. So, lastly, and this is just in negotiations, I've continued talking with Margrave of that coalition. So Margrave and East Africa Syndicate and Morocco and one other one. I don't think it's Angola, but it might be. Oh, no. It's Voodoo Cult. They are all in a coalition, and that was the coalition I was invited to, but it got filled by somebody. I don't remember who. Well, Margrave said, hey, East Africa Syndicate might decide to leave the game. So I'm more comfortable talking about just kind of gobbling up somebody's territory, because I've also been told that they possibly could leave the game. So this is somebody that I've worked with. This is somebody that I might have been in a coalition with, and I'd be very careful about saying that if I knew that they were going to stay in the game. But I've also been told that they might not. So at the end of the day, all that territory might be mine anyways. But if you are looking at a game in a similar situation where, so you've worked with somebody, you don't want to declare war on them, they have some territory you really like, they've declared war on somebody else, they've overstretched themselves, this is a diplomatic way to go about getting some of that territory. So, something to think about. Once that is done, I'm going to continue trying to build some navy. Here's my struggle right now. I still only have the one territory with beakers, so I'm going to need to start trading for beakers or something. I'm really hopeful that he takes Addis Ababa, because that's a territory that's right next door to me, and that's a double beaker territory. And that'd be really, really nice to have that production. But right now I am way behind on research. So I can't research spider droids, spider troops. I can't research them because I just don't have the resources to do so. It takes the beakers in order to produce factories to produce more power in beakers. So we're running a little low on that. I have unlocked the hunters, but I've not unlocked the medium mechs. Medium mechs are super, super helpful, but I've needed the hunters to combat other hunters and medium mechs that have been just sat on provinces and just in the way. I've unlocked a lot of support that I haven't really used in an effort to, so I have a second level foundry ordnance production, the building that creates support units. So I will probably start building more of the anti-mech guns and artillery. I do have plenty of artillery. I don't have a lot of anti-mech guns, and that's why I built the hunter. I really probably should have just built a lot of these, but I haven't done that. And then there's research way down here that I haven't done. The only aircraft that I have is the bomber, and this run we need a navy to support us, and I only have the dreadnoughts. I don't have destroyers. I don't have submarines. I will probably research destroyers soon, but I also need to build more harbors. So this had a harbor and it's gone. And then I can build a harbor up here and a harbor over here. So that's 4 harbors. But then the other thing that I'm working on that isn't done yet, just because resource drain, right? We've got recruiting offices. So right now my manpower is going up slowly. I am getting the manpower, but I don't have enough manpower to sustain that kind of industry. So I'm going to slowly work on getting manpower up, resources up. You always want to focus on your industry and then focus on your war economy if you can. But sometimes when you get hit with something big, you need to flip over to war economy real fast. So that's what happened to me this game. I'm a little behind on research. I'm a little behind on industry. It's going to hurt me in the long run. I know it's going to hurt me in the long run. But I do also have additional territory. I'm 10th place right now by myself. So that bodes well. It is day 5, and day 5 will end here in a couple hours. So we'll see how this goes. But I'm excited that I might actually snatch this one up. I am disappointed that I missed Benghazi by just a few hours. But perhaps I can get in here and snatch this without Greece coming in and snatching it, and then I can go down and recover all these assets. But I do want to let this guy roam free for a little bit before I declare war on him and start taking all of this territory. There's a nice double power there, but I'm going to have plenty of power. I'm probably going to build lots of railroads this game. Because I have so much power and I don't have a lot of the research, the beakers. So railroads are a good way to keep your morale high. They increase your troop speed, and I have a lot of land mass, so this is going to be a really good railroad game, hopefully. I would just also like to get my beakers up so that I can get some more production in. That is all that I have for now. I might wait a couple of days to do an update since there's not been a lot of movement yet. But if I do declare war on whatever this country is to recover those provinces, I might do another video. We'll just see how things play out and go from there. Sole Deo Gloria, and I'll see you next time.